The national senior men's football team and the national under-20s are in preparation for important international encounters. It's only fitting that they measure their progress against each other, and that scrimmage took place on Thursday.
The upcoming assignment for head coach Angus Eve and the senior men's team is a one-off play-in match versus Canada for qualification to the Copa America, which takes place in Texas on March 23rd. The under-20 assignment is much more immediate for coach Brian Haynes. They go into action in the CONCACAF Championship and World Cup qualifiers on Friday, February 23rd at the Hasty Crawford Stadium versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Veteran referee Rashby McPhee was in charge of this one as the teams took the field at the home of football, the Atto Boldon Stadium. The seniors had a first real look in, but the effort from Ross Russell Jr. sailed over the bar. This attempt going straight to the goalkeeper after the neat build-up. The youths will have to work on composure. This lapse, letting in Dwayne Mockett. Fortunately, his strike was diverted. But the AC Port of Spain skipper stuck around and on the next play, finished well to make it 1-0 in favor of the senior team. The pressure was maintained as gifts were repeatedly presented to the seniors, but 1-0 will be the score at the end of the first half. The seniors also have work to do in the finishing department. Much more could have been done with this free kick. Goal number 2 did come, and it was a Brent Sam special. The defense forced big man with a flick header to double the score. That strike sparked the under-20 to life. That pressure combined with a poor piece of defending gave them their first item. US-born Tyrell Moore with a finish 2-1. That will be the final score, as both coaches surely know the direction the carnival camps will take. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
The senior men's national team camp came to an end with a game against the under-20s, and head coach Angus Eve shared his thoughts on the exercise. Ken Fuentes has more.
After 4 days of camp and the opportunity to see players old and new, Coach Eve was pleased with the end result.
I thought it was excellent, actually. I thought the exercise was exactly what we wanted to do. We was working on ball possession, rotating the midfielders, creating space for the wingers, creating space for the strikers. So what we were working on, we were very happy of what we were working on, and we just building to where we want to be. So for me, the 4-day camp has been a huge success. We exposed a number of players to what we do as a staff and how we want to play football.
Coming up against the under-20 team as they prepare for competition, Eve offered some advice to the young team.
Professionalism and consistency. I think sometimes when the game is going well, we tend to drop our intensity and have a little bit of a lack of professionalism. But once they can maintain that intensity, because international football is a lot different than these 2 practice matches that we played. But I think that it's a work in progress. There's some young kids that we invited here today. So as I said, the professionalism and the consistency to continue to do the right things over and over is what we're trying to achieve here.
Rion Moore and Real Gill will soon join the foreign-based professional ranks, and Eve offered advice to his senior players as they take this step in their careers.
Professionalism is not just and consistency. You got a contract from abroad. You have to go and compete every game. You have to be professional in the way you train, the way you deport yourself, the way you get your rest, and the consistency in your play. Your play can be fluctuating. It can be up and down. You have to continue to play and continue to to be consistent in everything that you're doing on the pitch.
Kent Fuentes, TTT Sports.
Meanwhile, the final Under-20s team for the CONCACAF qualifiers is close to being selected, this according to its head coach, Brian Haynes.
Under-20s head coach Brian Haynes was happy that his team managed to get a game against quality opposition, this time in the form of the senior men's national team.
Very, very, very good for me because I'm so thankful for Angus for doing this because it does nothing but to help the young players. And to play against experienced players, to play against composed players, to play against players who know how to play the game properly, it's always good to get those kinds of games. And it might be a humbling experience, but at the same time, it's a very good experience going into what we have going on with us.
He says the game showed that his team still has work to do as they fine-tune for the CONCACAF qualifiers.
It showed our defensive frailties. It showed when teams who are good on the ball, it's teams who know how to use space, and teams who know how to switch the point of attack at will. It shows that we have to get more prepared for it. I don't care who we play against. We probably won't get players as that skillful or that experienced, but I think we can learn from it and understand how much more we have to work to get to that level.
Coach Haynes adds he is much closer now to finalizing his squad for the tournament.
No, it's good because with the staff we've already kind of narrowed down what we're looking at and what we're looking for and the gaps that we're going to be able to fill and the gaps that we're going to be able to strengthen. So it's not just filling gaps, but it's strengthening gaps that we've had, and it's starting to come together now. And it feels a little bit more like a team. It's not 40 players anymore. Now we have just 25 in camp, and it's awesome.
The former national midfielder then took time to point out other areas where he believes his team can improve on.
First and foremost, we have to make sure we're very solid defensively. And if there's any way I can learn that from is Angus, because that's the kind of teams he prepares. He prepares teams that play well defensively. That's the first thing we have to work on. Second of all, we have to work on being much more effective on offense. I think we do a good job of getting the ball from the back to the midfield and to the top of the 18, but the final product has to become better.
Kent Fuentes, TTT Sports.